Can you hear me now?
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah, and then there you go. Leave the other one.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, and if
Yeah,
you
but
could
none of the computer.
exit
Oh.
the Riverside on your computer.
Oh.
Leave. Just hit leave. That'll do it.
Uh,
To
right
the
there.
right.
That'll work too.
Yes.
Yeah, and then stop sharing, and you're in good shape.
Okay.
Which
Where
is
are
that?
there?
There, right. Perfect. Just to the right of the speaker. There you go.
That's
Oh, we see you now.
in fact, let me just cancel the camera on this one. And boom. How about
Man.
Boom.
Pancho!
Pancho.
how's it going, guys? Well,
How are you?
I'm well known for being brown, but not stupid. So we get it done, dudes. How many gringos and ticos it will take to connect to a live streaming,
Hey,
right?
we connected. We
Hey,
connected.
we're connected. That's all that matters.
Yeah. International.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Directly from Costa Rica. Here we are, guys.
How's the weather?
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, sunny. I mean, it cannot get any better. I mean, beautiful. Uh, a night pool starts right here in Costa Rica. New moon excites me because not only it's a beautiful night, but no light at all. So the tuna's gonna be
There you
crispy
go.
up tomorrow. So can't wait.
That's awesome. So new
Oh,
moon,
yes,
good
sir.
fishing. Yeah.
Before we start, let me just show you around real quick. This is
Yeah.
my little bar.
The bar?
Yeah, I got a little bar.
Hell yeah.
What? Those are my apartments.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I got the microphone on the other one. So, yeah, I got a little bar in my house, and I don't even drink. So, how that works, right?
Wait, hold on. What about the chili guaros?
Those are not official drinkings. We consider that as a soft drinks, same as a vodka down here.
In your honor, I imported some Imperials, so we can have a few together tonight. So good to see you, brother. We miss you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss you too, dude. So what is this about it? And
How's fishing?
please tell me I'm not gonna get deported after this show.
I don't think we have
and-
any Costa Rican law pull.
Yeah, international exemptions apply across the board here, buddy.
I'm saying
We are super excited to chat with you tonight, Pancho. Clearly, we had one of the best fishing trips we've ever had in the very short amount of time that we got to fish with you. So, we really just wanted to tell some fishing stories. You were probably one of the most entertaining captains I've ever been able to fish with. Not to mention like MacGyver when it comes to like fixing shit on the fly and like just making it happen. And for the rest of my life, I will never ever be able to hear the words "Let's get ready to rumble" and not think of you when we're backing down on a big fish and making it happen, buddy. So you inspired a lot of us who have been fishing a long time. Very hard to do. So kudos to you, my man. We appreciate you are a master of your craft, and we're excited to get a little time with you tonight to hear some fun stories.
well, thanks to you guys for inviting me to this. First of all, because it's I had a great time, and as you can guys tell, I love fishing and I love to share fishing stories. In fact, that's I got that on my Instagram. That's what I say. I'm sharing my passion of fishing with the world. So that's the idea. And I found people like you guys that are passionate, and I think that's what fishing community is about. It, like passionate people that love this activity. We and we're a community that I think is growing exponentially every year, And because I remember when I was a kid, I was the weird guy that fished, but now it's like, hey, it's a cool thing to fish. So it makes me feel proud. First of all, hi mom, I'm on TV. To me, mom. Uh, and so thank you guys for inviting me tonight.
Yeah, I want to just thank you too for everything, and I'm sure we'll touch on some of it as we get into some of the stories, even from our day with you this past trip. But just thanks for being here. You touched on something that I wanted to speak about, an introduction, which is community. We built our company on sort of three key pillars. One is customer experience, another is conservation, and the third is community. And we always talk about the local communities that we travel to, and then we get to meet and get to dine with and everything, and that's become one of our favorite parts. Like, we love the fishing, but that night, where we all get to go to Coco's on the beach and share stories and chiliguaros and just have fun is like what we really chase as well. The fish are great, but just having those experiences and those moments with people like you are some of the most rewarding. So
I think my dad have a term for that. My dad once said, "Fishing is the art of pretend that you're doing something while you drink with friends." So it's actually right because fishing. I mean, fishing is an art of pretending that you're doing something. Because sometimes you come back home with no fish, and then your girlfriend, your wife, your family gonna be like, "What did you catch?" Nothing. Oh, but I thought you were fishing. Oh, trust me, I fish. You know, how do you explain that to people? I
yeah.
think it's about the whole experience. And then in fact, yesterday, for example, let me just start with this story from yesterday. We were going out, and then we have this little fat attached like 24 miles from the marina where we've been catching bait for the last 2 months, and it's well for the last month, and it's being crazy. We've been catching live bait every morning, and then someone cut it off, and guess what? I run over the thing. Wow, I hit it. So I have to replace the props. I have to come back, but I have this couple, and their goal was to catch one sail. The guy had fished multiple times, never caught a sail. It was his first time trying for a sailfish. So we head back to the marina. 8:30, we were tied again in the sleep, and we start replacing the props, taking props out, putting new props. But we have the wrong structure. We're like making magic, doing this, doing that, trying to get everything in place where we can go back fishing. So we did. We replaced the props. 11 a.m. We're ready to haul out. We just get into the fishing spot, and this guy said, "Well, it was a nice morning bite. We're leaving." And I was like, so we get there, right at the spot, and bang, we have one. Boop, he break the hook.
Oh,
What are the odds of a self breaking the hook?
Broke
It
the
happens.
hook. Wow. Okay.
And then we have a second one that comes followed by a sancocho and a third sancocho. And now we're like kind of adjacent, right? It's 3:30 p.m. No fish. And then the guy looked at me and they're like, "What we gonna do?" And I said, like, "Well, there's only one thing we can do: keep fishing."
hell yeah.
And then man, boom, we have another one, sancocho from the captain. I was like, "Nope,
No
oh boy,
sancocho. No more. No
nope,
more.
it ain't gonna be one of those days." When from one moment to another, we have this majestic, beautiful. I thought, give it any description that you want. Blue marlin, right on the right teaser. It come red hot on the teaser. Blah. I start teasing him close to the boat, but then he moved to the left teaser, and then I jumped to the left teaser, and my mate screaming like to the second mate, like, "Take the lines out." We're running, and the customer going like, "What's going on?" And I'm just looking at him, said, "Blue marlin, blue marlin." He go like, "Holy!" And then everybody started jumping around the boat, but my mates, they did a terrific job of keep the composure on that, because I think that's one of the most complicated parts of this job. It's handling the amount of adrenaline that you're gonna have in this moment. You have a 300 plus blue marlin behind the teaser, and then you have to ice cold teasing it close to the boat enough for your mate to put the fish bait, take the teaser out, perfect timing, and then boom, we did. We took all the teasers out, and we only have this fish bait floating, and we are like, oh, wow! Just came at the side and ate it. Man, the customer, this guy was tripping just about the way that Marlin ate that bait. We hooked it
Really?
up. We hooked it up, and then we fought it for 45 minutes, landed, took pictures, videos.
Yes.
But the guy was
Yeah.
like, I don't know much about this. He said, but forget about the fight. That bite, the way that thing bite that bait. He says, I want to do this again. I'm talking about a beginner. This guy, I mean, he has fished multiple times, but never bill fish. And this guy is now hooked up.
Oh
We end
yeah.
up catching another sailfish. And when we were coming back, this customer said something really smart about the fishing day. He says, you know what? It's about the experience. This whole experience, the fact of the props, the everything making it even better. He said. So if you really think about it, fishing is that it's experience. It's what you live. His girlfriend asking me, so how we did today? How was our fishing day? And I said like, well, do you guys have fun? Yes, okay, it's all about it. That like I cannot compare. I can compete with the boat next to me, yes, and we can be in tournaments. But at the end of the day, we only gonna live one day at a time. What you do with that day, that's it. I mean, there ain't gonna be a other day like that. And I think that's something like what we have that day. I got it on my logbook as that 15 sales day.
Yes.
Like you know what I'm talking about, because I have caught 15 sales in a day, but that was the day of the 15 sales. That was cool. It was a cool day.
That was a fun day. And it was all about good attitude. That I think that's something else that makes or breaks the day. And in fact, Dempsey on Go Fly, he told us one of our first years coming. I walked up to him, met him for the first time, and I said, "How's fishing been?" And he said, "Kind of slow, but today, best day ever." And we were just getting on the boat with him, right? And that just set the tone and the attitude. So he had, that confidence. He had that customer experience in mind and, the attitude to just create the vibe. So, and your crew did that. I don't know which crew that was with the Blue Marlin. Was that David
Same
and
guy.
Nico? David and
Yes.
Nico? Great guys, man.
Well,
Yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
I love to fish with David, with Nico. I mean, those guys, they know how to put that little extra mile. Let's say in that way. I mean, like it's sometimes hard to find on a crew. So I feel like we have done a really good job on have a good team. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's about that fishing with friends. I mean, it make it just better. Eric, what was your best part of that day? Like, for example, if you have to define just like one thing, one specific.
man, Pancho, there's so many like highlights from that day. It's hard to like really tie one down, but I think the little session that you gave us in the cockpit about the baits and like which lures we should use to try and match them up to the hatch to make that pitch bait perfect. I've been fishing for 25 years for billfish, and I've never had somebody kind of teach me like the science behind like why we're throwing lures out there and like really how to optimize them to the conditions we were in. So that was really cool for me because I always like learning new shit. But I mean, when you jumped out of the cockpit and like retied that line when we broke the line and ran over it with the props, before I even knew what was going on, like I'm like, wow, Pancho's standing right next to me. All of a sudden, And then you guys are like doing this crazy tie, and we still like retied it and landed that fish. That was one of the wildest things I've ever seen in my life, brother. Like, kudos to everybody for being like the well-oiled machine. And to your point, like, you guys were like super calm and cool, like it was no big deal, right? And we were like, holy
Oh, you
shit, that's
got that
one of
on
the
video?
wildest things I've ever seen. You got a little video of it here, Greg?
Yeah, I've been working on this one for the next. This is
A little preview.
That's cool. I mean, just hold on a second. Just see if I can. Perfect. Can you hear me now?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Can you, so,
Yeah,
Now
can
we
you hear
hear
me
you.
now?
I'll
Okay.
polish this up, but it gets really good. And I mean, just the fact that you guys hands it back off, fish still on, and then there's a great jump sequence on this fish too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Look at that badass on the wire. Like, who's that guy?
Just a cool moment, man, all around.
So,
Just
Pancho,
yeah.
how did you get into fishing? Like initially, I'd love to hear that story.
okay. Well, if I have to define one moment, I will say I was 4. I was 4 years old, and then I was on the beach with my family. I was with my mom, aunts, and a few cousins. And then it was I tell everybody that that's the moment that defined me, because in Costa Rica, sometimes we have the sardines just like their mating, they come really close to the shore, and this big group of sardines get flushed right by the wave right into the shore. But I will guess a snapper was trying to get him, and he get land right on the beach, right? So I was like 4, dude, and I saw that big fish, and I have this primitive instinct of catch it. So I just jump on it, and I saw the wave coming, and I was like, I toasted like out, and then everybody in my family is screaming, and I'm like wrestling with this snapper, like toasted again, closer to the sand. And then when I saw it was like landed, and my family was tripping about it, and then my mom cooking that fish, and
Oh,
then
nice.
like my family eating from what I caught, that was like something on me, just like it popped like a popcorn, like it was like instantly. I have never ever feel the same after that, I would guess. And in fact, that's something funny. But I used to fish a lot with my dad. My dad is a boat mechanic. It's a mechanic engineer, and then he used to have his own outboards shop. So I used to go work with him after high school and fish every afternoon. Right
Did you move your phone away from you, Pancho?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had my. How about there? Can you hear me better?
Yeah. Thank you.
So I used to fish every afternoon after work with my dad, and my dad used to be hard on me on that. It was like, boy, you better do your homework. It's not like you're gonna live from fishing. Look at me now, Dad. No, but so yes. Then when I was 15, I joined this program because I mean, from the INA, the Costa Rican Institute for Learning, they make an exception for me so I could get into school earlier. When I was in the school, that was when my dad had a stroke. I was 15. My sister was finished university. Um, and then, my sister was about to drop the career just to help me out to finish my high school. But I was like, no way. I know what I want to do for a living. I want to fish. So back then I moved to Jaco with the INA program. Um, but anyway, I was like a boat washer, and I used to work in a restaurant at night. So I have two jobs, and I was just following the dream. Like I want to become a mate, and then I started by boat washer. So I used to wash the boats after the guys fish. They used to pay me $10, muffins, uh, few muffins, and all the sodas I want to drink. So it was a great job. You know, I was living the dream, and then I remember the very first time. I mean, like the very first question that I make to myself was like, where I want to be on this. If I make it, what I want to do. And my mom said this mindset on me where she says, I don't care if you work um sweeping the streets, but I want everybody saying like, hey, that's the best guy doing that. So I said like, okay, what are the best boats around here? Well, the best boats are the fly boats. Okay. Well, I wanna become, a mate or that boat, or one of those boats, and I wanna become the best mate. And I remember one of my friends back then said like, well, that's pretty hard because those are the best boats, and they only hire the best guys for the jobs. And I said like, well, watch me. It only took me 10 years to get there.
10 years.
So sorry, 8 years. And then and well, I've been working for them the last 14 years, and I love it. I've been playing
Does.
every single role in that company. That's funny because I've been boat washer, second mate, first mate, captain, manager, and now captain again. So it's something funny because I never expected to be where I am right now, but I love it. I just love it.
That's incredible, man. I mean, your passion shows in everything you do because you are like literally a perfectionist at like making sure it's right. And people like us very much appreciate that, right? There's a lot of captains out there in the world that are running charters that just kind of do the bare minimum to get their customers in and out and on to the next one. But the difference between you and your whole mentality is you're there to make that, as you mentioned earlier, experience really happen for your customers. Um, and there's no faking that, right? Like it's either like authentic and passionate or it's not. And like kudos to you for being able to be so passionate about that consistently. Obviously, you've got a great crew working with you. We've been fortunate enough to fish with David for several years now. He's a badass. He's part of the family as well. Uh, Nico, we just got to meet him this year. Love the kid. He's going to be a rock star in a couple more years. Really soaking it all in. But that
It's a
question you asked
thing.
me earlier, I actually lied to you when you asked me what my favorite part of that day was. My favorite part of that day was actually that night when we had dinner with you. I really enjoyed sitting down, and some of the stories that you told us were hands down the best stories I've ever heard.
Mhm.
Dusty has not heard the story about your Texas friend in that whole situation. So if you wouldn't mind indulging us with that story, like I can't wait to hear that again.
Okay,
I can't
well,
wait to hear the story. I've heard so much about it, so I'm
I
jazzed.
mean, there's a lot of stories like that, and then in one in particular that I like to tell, the one I told you that night, it was the time we found his dead body, and right, that was the one with the fish, right?
Not the dead body, but I would love to.
We've not heard
Okay,
the dead
sure.
body one. Well, the one I think was I call it Billfish for dollars, where you
Oh no
came
no
out
no
with
no no!
push to
That's the Marlin Wrestling.
Marlin Wrestling.
No, let me tell you this one from the dead guy. This is this is
Okay.
this is all right. This is out of the script, guys. I mean,
Love it.
so we were fishing, right? Fishing. was as slow as it can get. So I used to work with this captain, Walt, super nice guy, and then all day long, like one or two sales. It was pretty slow. It's around 2:30, and then the customers are sleeping. My mate, which was my first mate back then, it was like almost falling asleep. Everybody was like tired. One of those slow days of fishing. And then I just heard this whistle from the captain. Looked it up, and then Walton goes like, I don't know, like, why is acting so mysteriously, like, or this mysterious? And then Walton comes and said, like, hey, I found some mahis. Good. That's great. They like that. Let me all your horses. They are on a dead body. I'm like, wait, what? Yes, it's you see that? Yep, he's dead. All right, he's a dead guy. And I was like, holy cow, like, what are we gonna do, Walton? And he goes like, well, here's the deal. If we report it to the Coast Guard, we're gonna have to stay there all night. And it's a karaoke night. I will say I gotta go back. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take the clickers off. We're gonna pass by, and soon as you get hooked up with the mice, you're gonna wake up the customers and everyone, and I'm gonna drag the mice out of the body. Perfect. Sounds like a plan, Peter Pan. So I'm going down, blah blah blah. You stick the clickers off, and then I'm going to my mate like, and the guy's like, okay, customer's still sleeping. Boom, boom, a double of mahi. And so one of the mahis just jumped into it like the dead body and wrapped it up. So we're getting closer.
Oh,
The customers will go like, shit, boy, is that a dead man? And then I'm going like, yes, sir, it is. Holy moly, what a way to go. Well, and then we start fishing just, next to it. We caught a couple more mahis. We brought it in. And then now we have to bring the dead body, the the corpse to the bahia, because the Coast Guard gotta take care of it. But it was so stinky, and
oh
and
my
and
gosh.
and Walton goes like, "No, we're just gonna make the report like we found it, we left it, pura vida. That's your problem, not ours." So we did
Yeah.
that, but the smell it was so bad. Anyway, I'm trolling my way back home, cleaning the fish. When the customer come with me, man, I will never forget this guy. Skinny, blonde, big mustache. And he come like, what you think you're doing, boy? And I'm like, beg your pardon me, sir. I ain't gonna eat that goddamn fish. And I'm like, okay. Are you kidding me? You trying us to get that fish? That thing just ate another guy. And I'm like, well, sir, if you don't want it, I will take it. Like, I don't mind. So I'm taking my macho, personality and like, oh, that's bullshit, sir. I mean, like, it's totally fine. I mean, like, and then I ain't gonna lie. Most of the times I check on the mahi's stomach just to check whether eating. Not that day. I don't
You
want
didn't
like
you
so
didn't want to know?
I'm cleaning the mahi and the customer is like, I ain't gonna eat that thing. You can take all you want, bro. So, I take it with me and then I'm back at home cooking that mahi that night, cutting a little garlic, mantequilla, a little butter. And then I get these flashbacks from the dead bodies. Smell.
Started to smell
So,
it.
oh, dude, yes, it was bad. So I did the only reasonable thing. I called my neighbor and I was like, "Hey, you want some fish?" The guy loved it, though. The guy loved it. I mean, he was like, it took me for weeks, but I was like, I can't make it, man. The old man died. This this sucks. What am I doing with my life? Like, I ain't gonna eat no, a mahi that just ate another guy. That was bad. So no, the story about wrestling the Marlin was this guy. So first of all, I wanna Sam, I wanna say hi to my good friend Bill from Bill W. Lear from Great Taxidermy. Super nice guy.
Oh,
It,
nice. Excellent.
it's a mentor. It's a mentor. Is a friend of mine, and so um, I go back to this story where this customer show up 7 a.m. and says, "Well, listen to me, guys. I want to catch a blue marlin, and I want you to hear me out loud and clear. I'm gonna pay you guys $1,000 if we get a blue marlin, and then I'm gonna mount it. If we make a commission on the mounts." And the guy said, "And then if we get it next to the boat, I'm gonna mount it and take a picture with it, and I will pay you another $500." That's a big deal, dude. In October, when you're a broke ass Costa Rican, dude, it's a big deal. Like you just don't stay. It's and this guy did. So I had David Madison as a captain back then, and Carlos Pollo as a first mate, and I was the second mate. I was the new guy, So it happens, the miracle, because when a customer gets in the boat and tell you he wants a marlin and he will pay you extra for it, that never happens. That never happens. It's like he just jinxed it, you know. But this time it happens. So it's October, the middle of the off season, like no tips, no money. So I'm like, everybody's like, "Oh my god, we got it, we got that blue marlin." And my first mate comes at me like, "Well, just to stay away, let me do my job. You understand, it's a delicate fish, it's important." He put his African glove on. So he's like wiring the fish slow, doing it nice. We got that marlin just next to the boat when thing just popped out. I look at my captain, dude. I mean, like, you see it? Have you ever seen, like, now it's like, no, dude. I mean, I was broke back then. And then, and then I look at my captain, and my captain did this to me, this look, and he was like, that's all I needed. I was like, do it. So then I jumped. I jumped, dude. I had it just next to the phone. Like, what? Don't judge me. It's like, trust me, I need the money. So I jumped just right on top of that marlin, and then I grab it. And I'm, that thing is shaking left and right, left and right. And then the only thing it's crossing my mind is like, I'm getting, I'm getting that fish mount. I'm getting that fish mount, and I raising my hand, waiting for my first mate to grab it. And like, I'm like, what am I doing that, right? And the captain just jump on the mate, sorry, Carlos, grab my hand, and obviously the first thing that he said, it was like, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" Well, hold on, no. He said like, "Don't let it go, don't let it go." And I'm like hanging one hand on my mate, in the other hand I got the blue marlin. Man, the customer, when we landed, the guy is like, "Take the picture." Carlos was like, "Take the picture." And we took the picture of the guy with the blue marlin. And man, I was washing, still rinsing with fresh water. And this guy come at me and said like, "Boy, it seems like you really need that money." And he threw me another 500 on top of that. So I was like, it worked it, dude. I mean, like, yeah, I almost died, but hey, we all gonna die one day. I mean, dude. I have laid so many stories on those boats. I mean, many good and bad stories. I mean, well, not bad stories. My dad have this saying where he says, bad and good things happen. No, things happen. Bad or good is the on the perspective that you see it. I mean, if and this is something I an advice to new captains that are out there watching this is never underestimate your bad days for one reason. You as a captain, that day when the pump breaks is the day when you learn how to replace a pump.
Mhm.
That day when you have a problem with impeller is the day when you practice how to replace an impeller. That day when you have a problem is the day when you show up people how to overcome. And at the end of the day, that's your job as a captain is figure it out how to get out there, take your people safe. Really important number one priority, take your people safe. And second thing is making to live a good experience. I mean, either if you're a fishing captain, you're a cruise captain, whatever. I mean, your bad days build you in who you're gonna be as a captain. So never underrate your bad days. It's they always teach you something good, you know. So it happened with that Marlin. I mean, I learned the lesson. I will never gonna jump again from Marlin except if someone offer me $1,500. That's the moral of the story.
So has the number changed now? Is it a bigger number, or is it still just the same number? You'd do it again.
Is that a propose? Is that an offer? I
It might
will
be.
do it, man. I
It
will
I
might
do
be.
it.
mean, I got a grand on you jumping on another Marlin. Yeah.
If someone out there is watching this, yes, I will jump on a Marlin for $1,500. Yes.
You might be booked for a while. I mean, you could have this whole crew cast of people coming down, and you could be like the new Marlin cowboy.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking I'd pay you a grand to let me jump on a Marlin because I kind of want to do that, you know?
Dude, don't say it that way because I just going for my Texas sombrero and I will do it, dude.
But we
But you
definitely
took
we appreciate that about you. Speaking of Marlin, have you ever seen a Marlin maybe run into a boat? Maybe while you have a customer in the head, like trying to relieve himself.
And dude, in fact, yes, thanks for
that's
reminding me that.
oddly specific.
That happened with this group from Louisiana. Super nice guys. And it happened that we were fishing for 3 days and that
That's
was that trip in a fat trip. We don't sorry, seamounts.
team outs. Okay.
It was a seamount trip. Um so we are out there on the seamounts and then I got my first mate my second mate Steven back then, my
Even
Capt Carlos. So we're fishing, right? We're fishing another day in the seamounts. I mean, for the ones that haven't fished the seamounts, you cannot compare a good seamount trip with anything else. I mean, I have never experienced anything like that. So we're getting like we're that's our 13 or 15 marlin of the day, blue marlin of the day, and then my second mate, the super experienced captain. You know him, Steven.
Steven,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
love
mean,
Steven.
and then I was fishing with him when we have this old man that he needed to go, you know, to the bathroom. He needed to go, and we were hooked up with this big blue, and then from one moment to another, we heard the marlin just like hit the boat, and I'm like with Steven, like, where is it? Where is it? Steven goes like, here, where at? Here. So I'm not getting it, like, where at? And this old man just come out of the bathroom and said, like, guys, we got a marlin on the bat.
Like, what?
Like, yeah, we got a marlin on the bathroom. And then I like everybody's like, what do you mean with that? Like, guys, listen to me. We got a marlin on the bathroom. Oh, so I'm like, dude, I have never I love Steven for one of the biggest reasons that I love Steven as a mate back then was like the way he sees the thing. Like he just never complicate, overcomplicate it. He just get a saw, a mask, and jump.
So if I understand you correctly, this Marlin went into the boat. Its bill went through the hull into the bathroom where the guy was taking a deuce in the bathroom and almost killed him. And he casually comes out of the bathroom is like, boys, we
it,
got a Marlin in the bathroom.
it was quite a far, dude. It was like one 1 feet and a half away from the guy.
Okay.
I mean, like it's like it was okay, it was okay. So now, like, cause I haven't even seen this like yet. I just seen Steven jumping with the saw, cutting the marlin, where we are super conservative. Like we release all the time, and then I asked Steven like, "What you doing?" He said like, "Pancho, we ain't gonna let that thing hanging." And I'm like, "Well, you got a point." And then he cut the bill off. We bring the marlin in, right? And then we were like, I'm like, now I gotta look. The captain is go and look where the bill is. So I get in the bathroom and then I see in this bill in the bathroom leaking what I would say like water of a gallon of water for per hour, not even a, an eighth of
Small
a
leak.
gallon
Small leak.
per hour. It's just a teeny tiny bitty, leak of water. And then I said like, well, we're making a little bit of water. We still have 2 days of fishing, right? And then Steven just said like, no problem, I got it. Now he get a hammer, jumps in the water again, and start hitting the bill. Bang, bang, bang. So he clocked the entry. So it's like, we're good now. So we fished for another 2 days with a marlin bill on the boat.
That's
Oh,
That's how it works,
unbelievable.
dude. I mean, like we don't get stopped by it. And that happened. That happened to the Spanish fly as well. I mean, I'm telling you, something with marlin and bathrooms.
That was the
Telling you,
tigerfly, right? That happened on
that
tigerfly.
wasn't the tiger fly. It was named the sea fly back then. But yes,
Mm.
so how'd you
so
explain that to the owner?
he was there on the boat.
He was there. Okay.
Yeah, he was there on the boat. So all good, all good. It happens. I mean, when you get a fishery like that the one we have down here in Costa Rica, you're exposed to that kind of stuff. I mean, like it, some stuff, something won't make sense, and you just gotta take it. It is what it is. Like that, like marlin and bathrooms. It happens.
Have you ever had any celebrities on your boat or any like famous people?
Few. I got Mr. Eric Rogers. Ah,
Nah.
hey, you are. We're on the podcast that make you celebrity. Now, so celebrities. Uh, Not quite long ago, this guy, what's the name? The guy that played the inclusive Captain America now. What's the name of the new guy that plays the
Oh,
Captain
Captain
America?
America. I'm not a
Yeah,
Marvel
what's the
nerd.
name? Anthony Mackie. Get on. Can you get on Anthony's Mackie Instagram? This is hilarious. You're gonna trip about this. Whatever finds first.
Chris Evans is the current Captain
No,
America.
no, no. That's the old one. Now it's Anthony Mackie.
Anthony
Oh,
Mackie. Got it.
let me. You found him on Instagram.
I
Yeah,
did.
I'm on his Instagram.
Okay, let me look at the first video he got.
First
Oh.
video.
Anthony Mackie right there. I'm sharing to you. Okay, answer it with I. Where is it? His second. So he fished with us, and he shared this video of his experience on the boat. So
That's pretty cool.
let me find it pretty quick because it's a fun background story on that. Let me see.
I see a big sailfish here. I'm guessing that was you.
There.
2021.
2021. You're right here. Okay. Let me. Um, are you sure with Country Fly? We got the access to the
Got it.
Country
I got
Fly.
it. Yep.
Can you share it on the screen, Greg?
Look at this. Started over. So
On C5, and we saw like sea turtles. We caught 12 sailfish, a mahi, and a marlin in one day. Costa Rica, amazingly so, protects their wildlife. Shout out to Costa
nice.
Rica, Los Sueños.
so hold on. If you get to the beginning, he got this picture where he fished, right? With the fish. You
This
see
was
the
my
guy on
first
the
time
left
down
that
in
he
Costa
totally cut it
Rica
off?
with my man
That's
Mark
me.
on C-Fly, and we saw like sea turtles.
That's
So,
awesome, man.
my girlfriend is like, "Yeah, you almost get famous." Like, my girlfriend is like, "Yeah, that you almost get famous." That's
Your
a
sideburn.
that's a
You got a
that
famous sideburn.
yes, exactly. My ear is kind of famous. So yeah, that's one of the celebrities that we have fished, and then other like local celebrities, and then we fish with an actor from a Netflix show. I mean, few people, but nothing crazy. Right now we have Michael Jordan on the resort. Everybody's tripping about it.
He's at Los Sueños right now.
He's in Los Angeles right now.
Is the boat?
So yeah, the Cash 23 is right
Yeah.
here. You know what surprised me? A celebrity like him, it's not a big display of security. I mean, it kind of show you like how safety Costa Rica is. You
Costa
know,
Rica feels incredibly safe, and that's something, I'm glad you mentioned that. A big part of what we're doing is removing the barrier for people who are afraid to, for whatever reason, experience, these fisheries. And a lot of it is, the destinations themselves and the unknown into what they're stepping into. And, we've been coming to Costa Rica for 7 or 8 years now, just mostly for the fishing, but, other reasons as well, because it's just such a beautiful country. The waters are great, we're talking a lot about that, but the country itself is just so amazing, and the people as well. Like, so, if this podcast reaches anybody who's got, any sort of hesitation, I encourage it most certainly. Pure Vida, is real, and it's infectious in a good way.
I wanna invite to anyone that wants to come to Costa Rica. It's safe. I mean, the food is good. I mean,
Oh yeah.
uh, I love the food everywhere. I mean, it's a pretty safe place where you can bring your family, and then if you know the right people, and I think that's something really important when I travel. I try to make sure that I know the right people, and then I think you guys have done a great job, like collecting like, because I bet you guys have also experienced some bad experience as well down here in Costa Rica. But I think that's great that you guys at least can prevent other people like to have some of that, and just experience the top of the top, the creme of the creme.
That's
of
it.
Costa Rica. So that's cool. Um, I mean, Costa Rica super safe. I think hospitality. That's something Costa Rica's we are expert on
Your Vida.
hospitality. Pura vida. That's the pura vida. So
We love it. It's authentic. Like again, like a lot of places claim that, but it's very apparent in Costa Rica when you're down there. Like everybody you encounter, all the people, no matter how much money they have or what their job is, they're genuinely like happy people, and they're glad that tourists are there to help experience kind of the Costa Rican situation. So
yep, yep.
we
And
we love it.
uh, hello.
You
Can
lost
you
your
hear me?
phone.
Hello. Wait, un momento. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think fishing down here is not any different than you know other parts of Costa Rica. And I'm speaking about Los Sueños.
Are you talking to us, Pancho?
Yes.
Your phone is disconnected.
Oh,
But we hear him.
You hear
oh,
him?
that,
I hear him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't hear him.
working. You don't hear him?
No, it says his microphone's off too. It says
I
it's
hear him
muted.
loud and clear for the first time.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
That was
So can you still hear me?
yeah. Gotcha. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Excellent. Eric did another Imperial. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let me grab one then.
Oh, Mister, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I also don't drink
Yeah.
unless I'm hanging out with Pancho.
How cool is that?
I
And I
love it.
was
Represent the Tigerfly hat tonight, Pancho, in your honor, brother.
nice. Thank you, man.
And the old school Tigerfly koozie. You can't get that one anymore.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, brother.
Oh,
Wait, that's a collector's edition now? I need to go find mine.
Oh yeah.
oh,
So
Nice.
Pancho, when you're not fishing, what do you like to do, my friend? Because you're
well,
fishing all the time.
like I will give you an example. Yesterday was what I will call my first afternoon off after it's not like I'm counting, but 56 days in a row
Wow.
of fishing. And yesterday I finally have an afternoon off. So I did the only reasonable thing I could done. I went fishing.
I'm pretty sure that's how you went fishing on
Yes,
the
for real,
Instagram.
I did. I did. I went. If you check on my stories, I went out with my friend Changa. He's a really good friend of mine. He's starting his own little panga fishing business
Pango on a
inshore.
panga? Is that
Yes,
what okay.
and then so this guy, I mean, like what I like of yesterday tour, it was so surreal. Like this guy, my friend of mine, that friend of mine, he has never worked in tourism, so he took me out and said like, "Hey, I feel so sorry. I forgot the fish. Oh, listen to this. I forgot the fish sandwich that I brought you. But what if we make? Do you mind if I make a little ceviche of this fresh fish that we just caught?" I was like, "Is that even a real question, dude?" Like, like, of course. And then we have these oysters. We bought these oysters and we saw whales. We caught a bunch of jacks, few snappers. I mean, it was an amazing day. So that's what I did on my afternoon for after fishing. But if I every day after fishing, what I do is I run my way back home. So that's my second passion. I box. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I box, believe it or not. And even I started a little school with a friend of mine, David. He's the main instructor of the school. So we took kids to the school, and it's quite a nice. It's a nice project.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. I had no idea about that. What can we do to
Cool.
help support you?
Well, we will need some glove eventually, so we will appreciate. Yep, 12 ounces. If anyone want to donate 1, 2 pairs, that will help. These kids, this is this is a mentality we try to teach the kids in here. Most of these kids are, in situation of danger, but socially in danger. So most of the people, what recurring comment that I had from people is like, well, it's not a good idea to teach kids in danger how to fight, but in fact, that's what we want. We want them to learn how to fight because life is tough and they're gonna need to be tougher. And that when we saying that, it's the first lesson that we teach him is like the toughest thing a man can do is to speak out loud, and then you gotta say what you think with manners. And once again, being tough is not being able to just go and spit it out. It's about being tough enough to self control yourself, go talk the problems and solve it. That's the most difficult. Fight, guns, any of that, that's easy. If you're a real man, you will try to solve the problems that you have with other people. And that's what we try to teach them. And it has worked pretty good. It's a nice project. We're pretty new. It have just year and a half.
That's
How many
fantastic.
kids?
Man, it changed day by day because it started with 5, and some days are like 30 kids, 20 kids.
Wow.
It's
So really instilling the discipline in the kids, right? So
yes.
that's huge. And anybody that thinks that teaching kids like that have never seen The Karate Kid, which is one of the best movies of all time. And again, you're not teaching somebody to fight; you're really teaching discipline.
hmm That's the main goal. I mean, if if you think about it, discipline is what it makes a person um good for society. I mean, I don't know how to say it. I mean, like because discipline leads you to so many good things in life, and it's like a domino effect where if you're disciplined with this, you will always try to follow the right paths. It's not like always gonna happen, but at least you're gonna have a guidance, and that's what we want to provide to some of these kids. The guidance they haven't had the opportunity to receive in the past, so that trying to show them they can do better and show them they're tough and in a good way. So it's a cool project. That's what I like to do. I like to box on my spare time.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah.
I want to see you box a blue marlin, kind of, but we'll tackle that
I
another
have
day.
I have videos of boxing a yellowfin tuna, but TikTok says it's not acceptable.
Yeah, I can
That's
see
what it is, man.
the tree huggers might frown upon that one, bro.
Yeah, man. Everybody were tripping about. I used it. We caught this big yellowfin tuna, 200 pounder plus, and I used it as as a heavy bag. And then I thought it was hilarious. TikTok down. I mean,
You went to the TikTok jail.
hey, by the way, you found me on TikTok. Who
How did
did?
I find you?
Yes.
I don't know.
Man, that's not good.
The algorithm just puts us together again and again.
Very
Oh,
sneaky,
boy.
very sneaky. But you are a bit of an animal lover, I will say. You shared a great story about, again, going back to some of your passions outside of fishing. Saving animals is kind of one of your things, and like unique animals, not your random stray dog, but maybe other animals.
Raccoons, for example. Um, Dude, I have this weird connection with animals. In fact, that as you will see on my social media, I I have this weird connection. Like I don't know how many times a bird has landed on you on a fishing trip, but it has happened to me repeatedly times. I will say at least 6 times.
Wow.
Landed on me. I've never had a
Landed on
bird
me.
ever land on
Landing
me
on me.
ever.
I
Yeah.
can share to you like all the videos where I got the bird landing on my head. Maybe my it looked like a nest. My hair looked like a nest, or I don't know what the deal, but they come up and then they get on the boat. Um, I got cool stories where I rescued this raccoon after a storm. This little dude was playing it for me like I didn't knew he was a raccoon. He was playing with my cats and coming into my house every day, like pretending he was another cat. Like, don't mind your business. I'm just another cat. And he was this baby raccoon. I adopted him. It was so cool. I
What was
found
its name?
a tachito. Tachito. The
Uh,
mapache
como se dice in English? How do you say that? What does it mean in English?
is a little raccoon.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not great with names. Like the name on my dog is Perro.
I was
Uh,
I was gonna practice for Nico for tonight how to Reno Seragente or whatever the frog smile. He was trying to get me to call you on the boat.
Risa Rana. So, oh man, that was funny. You came like that. So Risa Rana, I'm like, who told you that?
I'm a gringo, man. What do you want me to do?
Broke
Yeah.
out Spanglish.
Hey, it worked.
It had you both smiling. He was laughing.
We
That's
had a
what it's
great
about.
time, guys.
So much fun.
You know, you're as a fishing charter captain. Um, Most of my customers are nice people. They want to have you know, a good day. But now once in a while, you get these guys that they're kind of rude, and then um, you guys really make our trip incredible. We had you guys got no idea. We had such a great time with you guys. Nicolas hasn't stopped talking about you guys.
Oh,
David love you guys, and I mean like in general, we had a great time.
feelings mutual, brother. We also had a
Absolutely.
really, really great time.
Okay, so what's next? What we're gonna catch the next time that you guys down here?
I'm trying to lobby the boys to do the rock star next year with you.
Well, I don't like to brag about it. Hold on.
Okay, so what is that? Is that the Fed?
That's the
The rock
tournament.
star is the tournament out of Capes.
Well, you are a winner.
But I got a
Oh,
big
there it
check
is.
that proved that we can fish that tournament. So you guys still
It's awesome.
That's
make it
When
happen.
remind me when it is again next year, Pancho?
It's in the second week of January.
So we're
What
going.
will we fish for?
We're going to Guatemala in February to Casa Vieja. No sancochos, as
Oh
you.
boy.
I gave you that koozie. But we'll try really hard to work that one out, because I think that would be so fun to go fish a tournament with you and
Oh my
David and
gosh.
Nico. Is that a 2 or 3 day tournament?
That's a 2 day tournament.
Just
Super
2 days.
nice. It's in Quepos. If you haven't been in Quepos Marina, I mean, I full recommend to anyone that's watching this. Capt
Reina
Marina, the
Paz
people,
Yeah, Venezuela.
it's so nice. I mean, it's beautiful. The marina itself, like the way they organize their everything, it's cool. I love that place.
Do you get to go down there and fish out of there often, or you pretty much?
I do, and every time that I can, I go because I love their food over there in the restaurant.
Oh,
They
nice.
do
Yeah.
these poke nachos. They,
Okay,
s-
nice.
oh man, the poke nachos changed my life for real.
Well, damn. Okay.
I mean, I recommend you that.
Would you share it
Uh,
with your raccoon or no? That good?
now that it's all for me. And then, man, raccoon nachos. Ah, now you got me thinking about food. So, so yeah, man. I mean, like, hopefully we can fish that tournament. It will be cool if we can make a team and then fish it up.
And that would be so awesome.
That's
We
our
would love
goal,
that.
my brother. Yeah, we'll see if we can make that
But
happen.
if that tournament doesn't work for you guys, there's a lot of other tournaments that we can do um around the year. I just want to take a little time to say this. A common question that people ask me, and just to share with the people it goes as, when's the Costa Rican fishing season? And then I just want to tell you guys, like, Costa Rica doesn't have a season in specific. Fishing
Whenever
is
you can get there.
all year round.
Yeah.
If you want to catch a rooster, if you want to catch a trophy size rooster, August. Even the seamounts. If you ask me when is the best time, August. When I got beginners, fly fishermen beginners, I tell them, like, let's do this. You want to come here in November, after the second week of November, those 2 weeks window, from the second week of November to the first week of December, uh, uh, I'm gonna take you to fly
Mm,
fish mahi all day long, because we have so much mahi, and I'm not talking about mahi. We're talking about 40
grande.
pounds, 30 pounders all day long. Once, one or few, 50, 60 pounders a day. Uh,
Damn.
Blue marlin close to the shore,
Oh,
yellowfin tuna. I'm telling you, it's like, it's if you ask me, I think it's prime. The only thing is it rain, but long as you're not made of sugar, you will be fine.
mm.
Uh, I mean, June, July, beginning of the rainy season for roosters, snook fishing. It's just outstanding. There's a little window of sales in April. It gets fantastic. December, the weather is beautiful. I mean, all year round, there's something to catch, something to do. So many fish, so little time, man. The black
What?
marlin fishing in October, September. I mean,
That's on our list, definitely, to get down there to do some black marlin fishing. What is your opinion on your favorite moon phase to fish? You kind of mentioned the new moon earlier. When we fished with you, it was the day before the new moon in January. Clearly, the bite was in fuego. So, what do you kind of think about the moon phase, and like, how do you think about that?
um, I'm not a big fan of the full moon or billfish, except for certain conditions. If you're fishing on structure, I mean, and I'm talking about seamount wise, the full moon is fantastic. And I read this article one time. Some of the things this guy said, it makes sense to me. But the one that caught my attention, he says, on the full moon, the bait stay on the fats. I mean, if, in case someone put a fat out there, I don't know what we're talking about. Uh, they get be under the fat, or in under any structure like trees or whatever is floating. And you got to remember that's a rainy season. So we got these 60, 100-foot trees just floating out there,
Mm.
and and at night they found a refugee on these structures, so they come and stay on these structures, and that's when we got blue marlins getting underneath of it. So I like that. The only problem is they're gonna eat all night, so you only have like little windows of them eating from like 10 a.m. to 11:30, and
Oh
then
wow.
get slow from 11:30 to 1:30. I have seen it. Like I can tell my customer like, oh, when they gonna start biting? Give it another 30 minutes, and bang, 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 bang. So uh, I'm not a big fan of the full moon because they get picky. They been eating so much all night long that in the morning they're picky about the times when they eat, about the way they eat. So I think that's what I don't like from the full moon. On the new moon, they're just on fuego. So it's what it is. I mean, I like the new moon because they're all over there. If they bite, they bite. They're hungry. So it's except for what you're looking for. Also, for full moon, the yellowfin tuna just get crispy. It get super good over here.
Hmm.
I don't know anywhere else in the world where you can tell me like, oh, it's full moon. That's great. But in Costa Rica, it's like, oh, it's full moon, and you're looking for tuna, for yellowfin tuna. It's about the time. You gotta use the full moon to fish for tuna.
Very interesting. Good perspective there. So I know that you're a mutual fan of good music. We too are good fans of music. Country Fly, our name is halfway because of some of the music we play, including Nelly's Country Grammar, which we probably played 100 times on your boat that day. Do you have any superstitions, Pancho, that you kind of believe in? Like when the day is going to shit and you're like, boys, we got to pull one out of the rabbit's hat here. We also love the Dunkaroo. That's also a great superstition that we believe in. But what are your kind of thoughts on that?
Man, I'm really superstitious. So I am. So I have this this weird superstition. When the fishing goes low, my mom used to say, where you find an organized place is where no, in an organized place is where God resides. That's a Costa Rican saying. So when fishing goes low, I just tell my mate like, "All right, let's clean up." What? Let's clean. Let's get all the trash. Let's like get Corillo, venga. So let's like let's start cleaning. Like get the trash bag out. Like okay, let's start organizing the boat. Wait, what? You know what they said? In an organized place is where God resides. And dude, we need God on our side right now. So let's start cleaning, boys. So it happened to me in Brazil. We were fishing this tournament, and then I was with a friend of mine, Cachorro, and I
Curvin,
remember we were
right?
Kerbin. Yeah, you know Kerbin.
Yeah.
You can ask Kerbin about this this
Doggy.
this day. And we were we passed from being top on the tournament to went downhill. I mean, we heard this boat going first place. Now we were in second, and then we in third, and now we're fourth place. And then I told Kervin, he was like, he looked at me like, Pancho, you have any rabbit in your head? And I'm like, I do. Let's start cleaning. Wait, what? Dude, trust me. Just trust me. Start cleaning. Like, let's clean the boat. And then we start cleaning and organizing, and then I explain him my logic, and then bang, we had a blue, and we released it. And then I was like, all right, put the lines out. I'm gonna start cleaning. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep cleaning. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then it was me and Kervin like fishing and cleaning at the same time. And we got our people like or the rest of the team cleaning the boat like like Windex, like the glass like cleaning, dude, like they cleaning the boat. And then we won.
You won the tournament?
Yes,
Yeah.
we won that tournament.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm a little superstitious, and when it's about music, more than superstitious is like it makes me feel good. I like to play the Blue Marlin blues after we release a Blue Marlin.
Love that.
I love that song.
There's one superstition that is pretty common across fishing fleets and just nautical fleets in general that the fly boats just don't adhere to by serving banana nut muffins.
Sana! Yeah!
Just in time. I nailed it.
What's up, friend?
How are you?
What's going on?
We're humbled by your joining us. Good to
You
see you.
too.
Sana just landed on a flight getting back from a trip, so she was not able to make it. But I said, pop in if you can, and bam, she's here.
Right on time. Pancho, and I didn't have enough time. I was going to go find my Bucky's hoodie, but I'm already 5 hours too late, so I figured I'd go ahead and hop on. Next time, I'll be ready.
I'm just kidding. We have problem with the audios all day, so like I just teasing the guys. Hey, nice to
You
see you.
too.
Well, I'm not wearing my Bucky's shirt, so
So
sorry.
Sana, now that we have you here, we've covered all kinds of topics today, from superstitions to how Pancho got his start to raccoons to everything. So Sana was truly a brand new angler. She'd never been fishing before. She's literally never held a fishing pole before, Pancho. And we brought her on your boat, and she trusted us to provide her a good time. And I don't want to lead the witness, but Sana, give us some feedback on your experience with Pancho.
I feel like I don't even know where to begin other than it started off as a, hey, Eric's good people. We trust him. We like the sun. So Zach is all about fishing, my husband. So I was like, hey, go ahead, do your thing. I'll come join you. If nothing else, I'll come out in the boat for a little bit. And then the next couple of days, hang out at the resort. And, we'll both have fun, do our own thing. And then getting on the boat, being company, and just trying new things and feeling so empowered by the folks there. And I was mostly, and I told Eric this already, but what impressed me most was the environment you all created to be able to satisfy someone like Eric and Greg, who've done this and have been in tournaments and know exactly what's going on, to someone like me who's literally never, like, I literally, when we caught our first fish, I was like, is that a marlin? Like, I didn't even know what a sailfish was or that it existed. I'm not even exaggerating. So to be able to cultivate that kind of space for such a range of folks looking for two different experiences is pretty magical. So kudos to you and your team.
Hell of a team.
Thank you.
The best.
So you're saying basically like this is not only for experts, but also like you truly enjoy the experience, as as it was like I will guess you didn't know what to expect on the fishing trip, but sounds like you really had fun that day. And in fact, I had a great time with you over there with the entire crew. So it's a really big compliment from me to hear that from you. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't know what to expect. I looked at it. I was on driving. I was racing to get back here to had hopefully catch a little bit of this, but last year around this time, I was at a Taylor Swift concert, and I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but it was another one of those things where like, hey, that'd be a cool experience. Like, let's do this thing. Let's go experience that. She's, say what you will, she's the rocks, she performs and it'll be a good show. It'll be good people. And it's like, oh, I'm glad I got to experience that. And I see this as another version of that. Like, this is almost like a once in a lifetime. I'd never do it. I'd never be able to do it by myself. I wouldn't have thought to do it unless someone inspired me to go along and have this experience and made me feel like I was a part of the group and part of the team, that it was like, oh my God, I would have never sought it out had it not been for you guys to put that together. Like I went from my Instagram being, what you would expect, just girly stuff. Now it's like selfish headbands and Marlin hoodies. So like my algorithm slowly has updated itself.
So Pancho, I feel like you're on the level of Taylor Swift now. That's what I heard out of that.
Got to swap. Now you got to go see Taylor, and I'll go captain a boat. It's only fair.
I'd say that's a big compliment coming from a white girl.
And that's how it should have been received.
I mean,
That is the right way to receive it.
She's got dance moves, Pancho. Maybe not as good as your dance moves. Your dance moves were like next level. But Sana's
now
got
right there, I can compare myself with Taylor Swift.
You're above Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm like, I can get there.
What have we talked about? I don't want to repeat anything you guys have already discussed, but what stories has Pancho told? Because that may have been my favorite part of the experience.
Really? My stories?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we got
education and your stories definitely made
I
the
would
trip.
say so.
Thank
we
you,
got a
guys.
couple of favorites. We got a couple of new ones, Sana, that I'll catch you up on. But Pancho, you got one more story in your repertoire that you can pull out for us?
Man, I don't even know how to start. I mean, I'm gonna throw you one, like the weirdest one of the weirdest ones. Um,
Started the night with a dead body story, Sana. So this
like
is going into the weirdest now. So prepare yourself.
Fishing a floating dead body was pretty cool.
So
But you
like
don't eat the fish.
we have this trip, the regular family, a regular family, just mom, dad, daughter and son, husband and wife of their sons, So I'm in Tortuga Island, so it's a paradise, beautiful island. So, my captain was pretty lazy back then, and he's like, "Hey, you take the people to the island. I don't want to go down." So I'm like, "Sure," like fresh oysters, beautiful place. I'm definitely going down. I'm taking these people, the family, and then there's a trail to a nice, beautiful view on the island. Elevates. And this guy, the husband of one of the family daughters, just go like, "Hey, Pancho, do you mind to take us a picture?" I'm like, "Not at all, no problem." But it's just the family, me walking by the trail, right? And it's like, "Okay, guys, if we're ever gonna take a picture naked, is here." I'm like,
Excuse me.
I swear to God, man. I mean, like the guy just said like that, like, "Guys, if we ever gonna take a picture naked, is here." So they all get naked.
A
And
family.
then I took a family picture of they
You
all
can't
naked.
you can't gloss over. Oh, and then they all got naked. Like, walk us through, like, what were they currently wearing? How did they
Okay.
get
So
undressed?
we're
Like, what was
walking
doing?
into the island, and then we're just right. We got this magnificent view, of the background of the bay and the islands, and then and just like that, he just said like that, "Let's get naked," and everybody started getting naked, and I'm like,
We're talking like
What?
brothers and sisters and moms and dads all together getting naked.
So, from one moment to another, everybody, hold on, because that's
Your
not the good
captain
part of the
knew.
story.
Your captain knew.
So, no, hold on. So, I took the picture, super weird. I took the picture, I'm still in shock. And, I'm on the beach and I'm like,
And then you're naked,
it just
obviously.
happened.
Take a picture.
No, they
Oh.
put the clothes on. And then, because Tortuga Island, I don't know how to explain it, but it's super crowded all the time. But that was one trail in the island where they get naked. So when we still have half day of fishing, and then so we get back to the boat. So the first thing I did is I claimed, I was going like, Captain, you don't gonna believe this. What happened? They asked me to take a picture of them naked. Bullshit. I swear to God, Caps, they all get naked. Like, they all get naked? They're like, yes, sir. No way. And this was- he was so idiot. He came, so the customer just came up to the bridge, just right when I'm talking this to him. And the captain, he was in shock and says, look at him and said, like, ask him, like, guys, my mate is telling me that you guys get naked over there. And then I was like, Carlos, I just told that to you. And then the guy like, yes, sir. I hope it was not a problem. And Carlos said like, no problem. Oh, great. And the guy starts taking the cuts off. And he goes down and tell the family like, okay, it's okay, guys. We all can get naked. The
You
entire
finished the
family
half
gets
thing?
naked on the boat. And now we're fishing with a naked family on the boat.
All right, hold on. By family, we're talking like distant family, like
It didn't
sister-in-law
sound
and
that
like, or
distant.
are we talking like brothers and sisters, moms and dads?
Mom, dad, son, daughter, husband, and wife.
Woo! Hi.
I'm gonna make a motion, guys, that we do not have a country fly naked family member experience.
Yeah. They would be blacklisted for memberships, just to be clear.
Well, no. Why?
No.
Like,
Okay. They tip us right, so don't take it out of the list.
Did they tip well?
some people like raccoons, some people like getting naked. Like, who
So,
cares?
alternative
like
is
another thing. Like in Brazil, I don't know if you guys know this, but some places in Brazil, the guys fish on tongues, and then some of these guys are big. Like and
Big
hairy.
or big? Just kidding.
Gordo?
Gordo. So
No, Gordo.
so me and Steven, we used to play. How do you call rock? This paper
Rock, paper,
scissors
scissors.
Paper,
Yeah.
rock, scissors, yeah.
to see who has to put the fight belt. Because to put the fight belt on these guys, some of these guys, is like so nasty, dude.
Two Tico job.
Oh my God.
Let me show you this pretty quick. Now that I'm on the phone.
Wait, you're not pulling up pictures, are you?
No,
Okay.
Will you?
I'm putting a video.
A
I'm
video.
just kidding. It's I have a section on my phone on it that I name it. I have fish with guys on tongues
You too?
on underwear. Wait, what?
You got a folder of
He has that.
fishing with guys in thongs. That's fucking amazing.
How do I share the screen in here?
You guys deprived me of the full fishing experience. Could have had naked
It's because you left
We could have
early.
had dong time, the boring little fishing trip, and we got
Well,
It's always
Guatemala, you now know
what
all
the
things are eligible,
fair. But I guess we got to go
dog
next.
friendly.
I will email that to you.
Looking forward to it.
Guys in thongs email. Looking forward
And
to it.
now Dusty have the cover of the podcast.
yeah. We just got the cover of the podcast, and actually that may be the name of the podcast now.
I have to like blur out the ass.
Gordos and dongos.
Sana's going to be the
Just look at
host.
my
She's got to
face.
be the.
I want to see.
Oh my gosh.
That was a dude in a thong. So sure.
You just muted yourself.
Again, buddy.
Oh, we lost you.
You broke the phone down too?
What happened?
I'm
Phone
will do
died?
that to you.
Uh,
Oh, the phone
you
died.
can hear us, right? I'll just take a moment real quick. Just thank you for taking the time here. I think we're probably running long as is. I really want to just extend a congratulations to you as well, because I know your beautiful partner who we got to meet at dinner as well. You guys are expecting, I don't know when the due date is, couple more months?
2 more months. Yeah.
Nice, dude. That's so exciting. Really excited for you. 4 more months? Cool. Well, we can't wait to see pictures, follow along. If there's anything we can do, of course, to support your boxing school and program, which we learned about Sauna. So cool that they're doing that. Pancho, I think we'd love to extend another invite for another part of this, because we'd love to learn more about, your international fishing experiences, your stories, and again, the education you share with us is just so valuable. So, just again, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for working through the technical connections and issues, and just being so willing to share and be such a, hermano de pescado, as we say it in our terrible broken Spanglish. But, I think it summarizes that community as an angler that, we just love and appreciate in people like you.
Thank you. I appreciate those words. Can you guys hear me? Guys,
we
can
got
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
We got you.
Man, my pleasure. I mean, I love to teach people, and then anything that I can teach to my customers, I feel like that's a little extra and something that I like to put in every single experience. So it's more than just fishing. It's about to create the experience, about teaching people how important it is to conserve the little treasure that we have down here in Costa Rica, because it's not only about what we can take from fishing, is what we can do for fishery, for the new generation. So yes, in fact, it's having a boy. It's today, right? PJ Pancho Jr. on the way.
PJ.
So yeah, I'm super excited, but also at the same time, to having a baby is a responsibility to the next generations, because I have to let them. I have to form it in a way that he will understand it's not only what he can take to the ocean, it's what he can bring to the ocean. So and at the end of the day, it's something I would like to share with my customers. But at the same time, they're just not a customer. They're like, they become part of my fishing family, as you guys are. So thanks for fishing with us, and then share all those great experience. I mean, I hope to see y'all soon.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being a mentor, a teacher, a captain. No, in the most truest sense of a true captain. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Pancho, we appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you for everything you do. We love you, we respect you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to have another meeting in the future like this. I mean, well, not a meeting, a podcast or whatever, or just a regular call. I'm open Wednesdays as well now. So So it was a pleasure, guys. And then if you or anyone ever have a question that I can answer, I would love to. I love to teach. I love to share. So thanks, guys, for inviting me to this. I think it's really important for me because I like to expose to the world what we do over here, and the beauty, the beautiful things that we have in Costa Rica. So, pura vida.
Special. Yeah, pure vida.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Thank you, Pancho. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sana.
Pancho.
All right, brother.
All right, Dusty.
Sana, thank you so much for joining
Thanks for
us.
letting me. Congrats again to you and Yasmin, Pancho. Now to
All
meet
right.
you.
Question,
Yeah.
guys. When we're gonna start recording for the podcast?
We got to start over again. I have to go get another 12-pack.
Oh boy. I just did it. All right, guys. Pura vida. And next time we're gonna have country fly on my bar. Pura vida. Adios.
Yeah.
Pure
you, bud.
vida.
See
Bye,
y'all.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye, y'all.